Benjamin.
Whoa,
There he is.
baby.
There he is.
Happy birthday to the mess. Happy birthday to the mess. Happy birthday to the goddamn mess. Happy birthday to the mess.
Wow.
By the way, a day early. I just got my Krusty Burger hat, guys. I'm really looking to show it off.
That's awesome.
If this was yesterday, Ben would have been like, fuck off, we're not doing a Zoom. How are you doing, bud?
I'm good, guys. How are you? How is everything?
The impromptu Ben Schwartz Zoom is one of my favorite things in media right now. I love it.
You give me a reason to Zoom. John, happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you very much, man. That means a lot.
You look great. You look more groomed. You look put together. I like your stash.
I got a haircut. I'm wearing a mask. I got the whole thing. You know what sucks about the stash is I have wax and I want to wax it up and look like like a 1970s villain. And but the mask situation. So you put a mask on it, you ruin your face hair.
Oh, okay. So you can do it when you're at home and groom it, and then for Zooms it's amazing, but in real life you don't get to show it off.
Right.
Well, what he's showing off now, he loves this bandana around the neck.
I was going to say, this is a birthday boy bandana if I've ever seen it in my goddamn life. That is a birthday boy bandana. He's about to rob a small saloon, and he's about to get up on his horse and figure it out.
This bandana is how I like to play everything, too. It's both Bloods and Crips. So like anyone tries to say something, I'm like, go on.
You're on everybody's side, just in case. You're the ultimate politician right now. What do you have to report, John? What are you going to do? How old are you? Can I take a guess?
Sure.
Here we go. This one should be a little easier.
I bet you're 33 years old.
Ooh,
close, real close.
Very close.
31.
Right in between.
32. This doesn't work. I want it to work so badly, but it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Maybe it does.
What's been up with you, man?
I don't know, guys. We're all trying our best.
Yeah. Are you doing any work at all? Is there anything you can do?
I'm writing a script. I owe a script. Yeah. I sold this Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell and I are going to be in a movie, which is very exciting. So I'm writing that now, which has been exciting. But even in quarantine, the part of what happened? You guys were going to write something, and then I sent you an email, and then you guys gave up.
Yeah, it was basically like once you were like, it's a pretty good idea. We're like, all right, we're done. We nailed it.
We got our seal of approval. We're good.
I was excited for you guys.
It's not. We're gonna do it. It's just I think we started doing it we started talking about it right.
Oh, wait a minute. Wardrobe change.
John, I'm sorry.
New lid.
Wow, that is.
I thought you said, is that Selma?
Oh no!
And this is Selma.
No, Zelda. That hat is a fucking all-timer right there. Holy shit! Let me ask you a real question though, because like you said, we do want to write this thing. When you write something, and do you have 50 other projects going, or do you have to zero in on one project? Because we do so much shit that I feel like if I want to do this, I want to do it right. But it's just not realistic. We have a podcast, a radio show, a video show, an app, what I mean?
Whoa,
come over here. Hey, how you doing? I do a lot of work.
Watch out, Tyler Perry, a new media moment. I do a bunch of stuff at the same time, but when I'm writing, you need a bunch of hours in the day to dedicate to it. You do, right. But you can do a couple things at the same time. Although it makes you. I remember I was filming something and writing a movie in my trailer and on my off days, and I got very sick. I got because you're not stopping. Right. You're never sleeping or stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you set aside you're all right, tomorrow noon to 4, I'm writing.
Well, I'm not that good. People do that. What I do is, when I have a deadline, I'm really good because I have a little bit of OCD. So I like to finish things by when they want to be finished.
Right.
So, but when it's this is so open-ended, when I finish the movie, who knows if it's even going to get filmed, A, but B, also, who knows when anything's going to get filmed yet.
Right.
Things are slowly coming back. I've been asked to do 1 or 2 things that film, and I was just too afraid. I was just not quite ready to be in part of a crew yet. Although maybe if the circumstance was right.
Are you afraid of getting sick, or are you afraid of getting yelled at, for being in public kind of deal?
getting yelled at by people because I'm doing it.
Yeah, like people.
I'm afraid of getting sick.
See, I'm way more scared of people than like. Don't get me wrong. I know Corona's not good and all that stuff. I do all the proper precautions, but like people scare me a lot more. Just an endless barrage of people yelling at me. I'd rather have a dry cough.
You know what that says so much? It's like potentially die, no big deal. Get shamed, I ain't doing it. Nope.
There was a funny line where like when you sometimes you have agents and managers, and so I have managers, and something came along, and I was like, man, I just don't think this is what I risk it for. You know what I mean? This project, and they're like, you shouldn't risk it for anything. What are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, you're right. What am I even saying? But I'm afraid of getting. We've been very safe because Los Angeles is really not doing great. So I've been very, very safe whenever I can. So I was like, being around a bunch of people, it's all I want to do. Yesterday, I was going by somebody, and I got to like fist pound somebody, and it felt so good. And it was the first time I like connected with someone in so long. That's not like someone I'm in a relationship with. That's so long that I was like, oh man, I miss just that like connection. And so I immediately went because it was coming. I didn't, and I couldn't say no. I couldn't. I'm from New York. You can't say no to a fist bump.
No, never.
So it's like so I like did it, and I was like, oh my god, it's the first time I've like had contact with anybody and whatever. But then immediately in my car, because someone did it through the window, I was like, clean. But yeah, I am very ready to act and like do live shows, but it's just not. I don't think it's time yet. I think we got to wait till whatever.
You guys got the merch going for Middle. You guys got sick merch for Middleditch Schwartz. Speaking of live,
yeah, and we because we have these guys that Aaron Hansen has this company. Aaron Hansen, who does Game Grumps, has this company that does like merchandise, and but we always thought that like the fans. You guys must have the same thing. Our fans are so smart and talented, way more talented than we are. And so they'll like do these fan drawings. So we'll basically be like, hey, we'll pay you money. We'll give you money for what you've already done. And we'll use it. And then they get their art kind of like put all over the place. And we put their name on it somewhere and on the website. So
that one poster, one fan art poster that had like every character from Middleditch Schwartz Improvs was fucking awesome.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel.
What's the scoop with that? Any like any chatter from Netflix about renewing it?
There's zero. There's nothing positive yet. So we'll see. I wonder what happens. Also, even if we got greenlit, we couldn't do it for months. I think our next shows are slated for like next year, April.
Next April, Jesus.
And I was so excited to see after. I was so excited to see after the specials if like more people came to shows, or we can go to different cities, or maybe go to Europe or something. But now I don't. I think we'll just wait.
April's a long time, but at least you got that Sonic. I called that, by the way.
They did.
Good for me. I said in our
theater, right?
I said in our first interview, I was like, "This is a franchise." I saw like the pre-screen or whatever, and I walked out. I was like, "That's 1,000." And I'm sure you guys knew that while filming it too. Like, this is probably going to be a massive hit.
Well, no, because remember when that first trailer came out, everybody was like burning us. So like,
what a story! What an unbelievable story to go from like shamed on the internet to like a fucking massive hit and greenlight the sequel and everything.
It's very exciting. I know that they're developing the sequel now. I don't know what's happening with that. I'm assuming I'm coming back. Nobody's told me I'm not. That'll be exciting too. Also, when does that film? I have no idea about anything. Well, let's get back to John. It's a big birthday tomorrow, John. You said 32. How are you celebrating?
We're going to my parents' house, and we're just gonna hang out.
Who is we?
Kevin's coming. My girlfriend's gonna come.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And get away for the boys.
And the boys and John's girlfriend. Yeah. That'll make a really cool third wheel. An entire family and then Kevin. And then where's your family live?
They live in Westport, Massachusetts.
Is that one of the waters near water?
Yes, it's on the water.
Oh, heaven! I miss
it's gonna be. I'm very, very excited. Probably gonna drink a little too much. And then we got the Bruins on. Big. I know you're a big hockey guy, Ben. You talk about it.
Huge hockey guy.
Whoa! What was it in Middleditch Schwartz when you guys are doing the sports stuff? Yeah, don't do hockey.
I don't know anything. I know stuff about the 1994 or 1992 Rangers. I can tell you that because someone at that time, I was very into a girl in my what grade would it have been? Like 8th grade, 9th grade or something like that. No, maybe a little bit more. Whenever it was Messier, Leach, Richter, like that era, when they won the Stanley Cup.
Was when they won the cup, yeah.
The girl I loved the Rangers, so I was like, I got to figure this out, and I watched like a couple games and loved it, and then I never thought about it again. So,
I was a fan of that as well. I was a '94 Rangers fan. I was a fan of the Rangers because like my dad's friend who was cool was from New York, and I was like Rangers, so I liked, I wanted to be like him, and then the Rangers won the cup in '94, and I like celebrated. I was going nuts, and the next morning my dad threw out all my Rangers stuff, and he's like, like you're a Bruins fan.
I mean, how great is that? Ben, what if you have a kid one day and he's like a Celtics fan all of a sudden, or a Bulls fan or something, putting up shit on the walls? Are you not tearing that down?
It would be allowed in the room. It would be allowed in the gentleman's room, but not allowed out of the room. That room, he can do whatever he wants, and then outside of the room, I'd be a little bit more like, But I thought that I think it'd be fun to like then watch the games and have some rivalry within your house.
I know a couple guys who root against their father on purpose.
Which says a lot about your childhood.
Yeah. I think you got a weird relationship with your dad if you're like, I'm going to root against you, motherfucker.
Well, John talked about like his uncle liked the Rangers, so he liked the Rangers or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like a family. I wonder how much of our lives are shaped by the people we look up to liking something. So we're like, I'm going to like that too. And then almost force ourselves to like it. And we just stick with it for life.
Or like you said, girls make you do weird shit.
Yeah. By the way, especially when you're young and like in high school and college and like, you're like, oh, this girl loves Howie Day. I'm going to check out a Howie. I was trying to think of Howie Day performed at Union College, which is the college I went to. And
you went to Union?
I did. Yeah. In upstate New York.
I had a lot of friends go to Union.
Really? Where did you go?
I went everywhere, Ben. I did not care for college, so I kept trying new ones, and then it just never stuck.
What was the one that you stuck with? Give me the freaking tour. Give me your tour of colleges.
I started at St. Michael's in Burlington, Vermont.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Vermont. Love Burlington, Vermont.
Beautiful town. Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. But I played baseball there, and I got hurt. I couldn't play baseball anymore.
Wait, what division is that school? 2,
which is like actually worse than 3 because it's so small.
That's not true. I know it's better than 3. And by the way, Kevin, why do you never talk about that? You have an all-star athlete here, a baseball. Is it your sport that you love, Kevin? Baseball.
Steroids. He also did performance-enhancing drugs. So whatever.
Did he do creatine or did he do actual performance-enhancing drugs?
I did actual performance-enhancing drugs in like it was like the catcher on the team. It was like a cream. It was like I don't think it actually did anything, but it was like the catcher was like, yo, if you want to play in the big leagues, we got to do this.
And what does that mean? Did you inject? Is it like the program? No. Did you guys spit in each other's mouths and inject syringes or no?
No, I've never done anything with needles that wasn't administered by a doctor.
Tell me what performance. I know nothing about it, so tell me what a performance enhancing drug is. Which one did you take?
Ativan. It is for, and this is true. It is the Ativan wasn't the cream. The Ativan was a pill. But it is for, it was designed for patients with AIDS who were like weight loss. So it was like to pack on muscle.
Let's pack on muscle so they wouldn't get too weak.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're
using great, John. You were stealing medication from AIDS patients. Awesome.
It's not actually used for that anymore. It was like, it's almost like Viagra was supposed to be for your heart. And then they were like, oh wait, that gets your dick hard. And
is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be for
I love how much medical knowledge John has.
Viagra was for blood circulation in the heart, and then they realized it pumped all the blood to the peep.
Okay, so you started in Burlington, Vermont. What position were you?
A center fielder, and then I.
What were you in the lineup before you got injured? What number?
It was just spring ball, so like there was like lineups weren't set or anything like that. Okay. I'm sorry, just fall ball. But then I decided I didn't want to just stay in Vermont and not play sports. So I went to Florida State for 2 years. But then there were stops in between there. Like I went to UMass Dartmouth, which was just like a commuter school. I went there for a bit. Then I went to Florida State. Then I went to Providence College. Then I went to NYU for a semester. And then when I was at NYU, I like linked up with Barstool, New York, and never went back. Never went to another class.
So you went to NYU for what was the purpose of going to NYU, by the way? Very beautiful, expensive schools, John. Where would you? So when you went to NYU, was you like, okay, now I want to do?
How many people in the world do you think NYU was like their 5th stop along the way? You might be the only person to ever do that.
You must have a connection. There's no way you can go to all those schools and end up at the most prestigious one in New York.
No, okay, that one I wasn't enrolled in. I was just taking classes there.
You were just hanging out on someone's couch there for a bit.
It wasn't like I didn't like do an application. I took like 4 creative writing classes there.
We're gonna play a game called Guess the Sport. I have a series of balls on my desk, which I didn't know I had, but now I'm looking. I'm gonna show you a ball from not a normal sport, and you have to tell me what sport it's from. You ready?
Okay.
I've had this since college, this ball. You ready?
Let's guess these balls.
Yeah, can we have some sort of icon for you guys? Whoever does your editing does a great job. Let's call Guess These Balls. That's what it's called. All right, ready?
It's like a soft.
Cricket's incorrect. Keep going. This helps.
Polo?
Nope.
It's got seams. It's something you'd throw. Hurling?
That's correct.
Yeah,
wow. One for John. Why do you have
the other ones are normal? Oh, I got one. You know, like how every now and then, like in sports games, they'll throw like little balls or whatever, and you're never the one that catches them. One time, I caught a Clippers ball in my entire. I've been to many sports events, usually in really, really terrible seats, and one time in my life, I caught a ball, and it was
how good is that rush?
It was incredible.
I caught a T-shirt once, and I was like, "I'm king of the world!" Unheard of. I always thought when I was a kid, they shoot the T-shirts to the people that work for the company, and they put them back in the machine.
I caught a T-shirt once at a monster truck show, and like had to like fight off like monster truck. I was like 7. I was a kid, and I like it was one of those like you stood on the chair, then you jumped, and I just landed in the arms of like monster truck men. And they were like, everyone's trying to get it out of me. And I was just like on the floor in a ball, fighting for my life to get the shirt. And I finally get home and open it. It's like a double XL. It was right in the trash.
By the way.
Never underestimate grown men in a crowd trying to get a ball or a shirt or something for free. They'll step on women and children. They forget who they are for a minute.
It's terrible. By the way, Yankee games, anytime I went to a Yankee game, the only way you can get a foul ball is if it comes right to your hands. If it's anywhere to left and it hits the floor once, it's like 100 people dive and push and elbow and stuff like that.
It ain't worth it, man.
No, it ain't worth it.
Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. We always appreciate the
guys.
Zoom.
What a happy birthday and congrats! And by the way, what an upgrade in the room, John. Your last room was like your brother's painted.
I'm back in New York. I'm in our studio.
Oh, are you allowed? So you're allowed to just be in the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing like limited capacity, like, you know, some of the people who really do a lot of recording and stuff are back. So I'm still at home obviously right now, but I go in a couple days a week.
It's like you can be
going at the same time.
Yeah.
How often have you guys gotten tested?
And you're breaking up. What did you say, Ben? You're breaking up. The Zoom connection is bad.
I have the antibodies. I've been tested for the antibodies. I have those.
So that means you've already had it. You've probably given it to Kevin. I tell you what you should get for your birthday, John.
What?
You should get a surge protector. Look fucking behind you. It's insane. The amount of one surge protector can save your life.
This is gonna burn down soon.
All right. This started so happy. It ends with Ben shaming us, which was my greatest fear, and then being like, "You're breaking fire code," just so you know.
No, I'm be safe. Happy birthday, John. I'm very happy that you guys are spending it together. That makes me very happy. But be safe.
Well, thank you, bro. You are hands down our favorite celeb, and we always appreciate the time.
Don't ever call me a celeb. That feels terrible.
God, you're our favorite friend. You're our best friend in the whole world.
Happy birthday. This was very exciting. Hopefully, when's your birthday, Kev? Oh, I can guess when your birthday is.
Come on.
It's October.
No.
All right, guys. They're breaking up.
The best. The absolute best.